Welcome to Tweet of the Week, and we are going to be talking with a fascinating young lady, Mia Venezia, who is a senior at Frederick High School. And Mia has had a passion for a long time for Chinese, and that passion has led her to a special scholarship, and she's going to talk to us a little bit about her journey through the study of the Chinese language and what this scholarship opportunity that was modified due to COVID provided for her. So Mia, I am so delighted to have you here.
So nice to be here as well.
And so Chinese, where did that come from?
So I started learning Chinese when I was very young. I was in kindergarten at my old school, and we had a very rigorous Chinese program. Our teacher would come in, I suppose rigorous once a week when you're a small child in kindergarten is quite a lot. So she would come in and she would read us stories, she would teach us new vocabulary words, she would teach us a new writing system of Chinese characters. And when you're still learning the Roman alphabet and how to sound out letters, it's absolutely fascinating to know that a picture, a character, a symbol can represent not only a sound, but an idea, and that just fascinated me for all of childhood. And that program continued until I was in 5th grade, and then my school had discontinued it, and I was quite sad in that I wasn't able to continue my fascination with the Chinese language. My infatuation did not really live on after that. So I continued learning Spanish, as I was also learning Spanish at the same time I began learning Chinese, and I maxed out the Spanish curriculum in Frederick County Public Schools. I received a 5 on my AP Spanish exam, and I was like, my passion for language is still there. I still need to fill the void that is no more language curriculum, and I decided I would retake my passion for Chinese and I would continue learning the language by any means possible. And I attend Frederick High School, so the Links program afforded me the opportunity to search for other means by which to learn the Chinese language, and I found an independent class facilitated through the Links program, which was in the form of the Apex online learning program. So I took a Chinese class there, and that class led me to discover the National Security Language Initiative for Youth program. Lots of words, but it's the study abroad program for high school students facilitated by the United States Department of State. And I went through the application process, and I attended my interview, and I was asked all sorts of questions about how I would react to living in a different country, how I would react to challenging situations I could potentially face in said country, such as what if I were attempting to speak the language and people my own age made fun of my accent or something of the like, just how you would function in a different country. And apparently my answers were sufficient enough to land me an acceptance to this program. So theoretically, had I been able to travel this summer, I would have spent 6 weeks in Taiwan with a host family speaking exclusively Mandarin Chinese and truly immersing myself in Taiwanese culture.
And so again, we know immersion is definitely one of the best ways to truly learn and apply a language. And so I said to you, well, what happened? Because obviously they have not allowed you to travel due to COVID, but your immersion came in a different way this summer.
Indeed. So with the dawn of technological advancement in the age of Corona, all of my program activities were facilitated via Zoom. So I was on Zoom calls for hours a day studying the Chinese language with a tutor based in Taiwan. Tutor, teacher, call them what you will, but there were multiple modes of learning that I had, not only just the classroom, the virtual classroom setting, if you will, but also the cultural learning session. We were taken on virtual tours of cities in Taiwan that we otherwise would have seen had we actually been in Taiwan this summer. I was talking with people my own age, my peer tutors, if you will. I was discussing with them all sorts of not only linguistic matters, but also cultural matters. What is their opinion personally on the autonomy of Taiwan and what that position means in government and politics and how they believe Taiwan to be viewed on the international scale. It was all fascinating, and it's amazing how much you can learn about another culture, even things such as that culture's food that you can really discover through a computer screen. We underestimate the power of technology as it facilitates connection.
And so the time difference. When were you doing this?
So I was doing this in the afternoon, our American afternoon. However, Taiwan time, I believe, is 12 hours ahead exactly. So our teachers in Taiwan would be staying up until midnight, and there were other classes that would run from 2 in the afternoon to 4 in the afternoon, which is their 2 in the morning to 4 in the morning. So that was rather challenging. They sacrificed quite a lot of their sleep schedule and circadian rhythm for us, and I am absolutely honored to have been a part of that.
Well, how kind of them as the host country to make that sacrifice, because I had visions of you being online all night long and thinking, again, what that must have done to your sleep pattern.
Oh, of course.
But they were very accommodating.
Indeed.
And so, Mia, this is, we're incredibly proud of you, not only for earning the scholarship, but for showing the value of allowing students to follow a passion, look for ways to learn. And I was joking with you earlier because I said, I remember you were one of the competency by demonstrated mastery students. And again, we have young adults who are very capable of finding opportunities that are going to teach them, and they can show us what they have learned. And I think if we needed a testimonial to why this is a way to begin thinking about high school in the 21st century, and then you just also put in a plug for the internet connections and the opportunities. So really, it's limitless what our high school students can experience and learn. That will definitely go far above and beyond the curricular standards that we have in place. And so I am just so excited to get the chance to meet you and chat with you, and so totally delighted for the opportunities that lie before you, because you said you can apply for this scholarship again this year.
Yes, I am able to apply for the scholarship again. I will be going through the similar application process. Hopefully I will be chosen for an interview once again, and hopefully, if all stays well with the world, or progressively better, I will be able to travel to Taiwan.
And immerse yourself face-to-face as opposed to virtually. And I'm assuming that your passion for language is going to take you into college, continuing to pursue that field?
Of course. So my plan for college as of now is to pursue a double degree in Chinese studies and international economics, so I can keep my intercultural focus intact, but more by monetary means.
So it's the culture and the language interwoven together that fuel your passion and all the things you have learned.
Exactly.
And I do think we are going to have to ask you to please say something to us in closing in Chinese.
Oh, all right then. I suppose it would be appropriate to thank you in this circumstance, so the most basic form of expressing a thank you is 谢谢.
Thank you for joining us on Tweet of the Week. And again, you can find out amazing things that our students do all across the county by following FCPS Maryland on Twitter and following our staff and administrators as well, because they have a lot to be proud of when they have students like Mia in their schools. Thank you for joining us on Tweet of the Week.